Welcome to At the Vanguard. We're TB Vanguard, and our motto is for fans by fans. We showcase fans on the front line of the Team Breezy movement. This podcast is an open forum to discuss current topics as they relate to Chris Brown and his fan base.
All right, everybody. Welcome to At the Vanguard. Today is May 12th, 2018. We've got a lot to cover today, as usual. We'll get started with our names first. I'm Nikki.
I'm Paula.
I'm Shay.
I'm Tammy.
I'm Dee.
All right. Welcome, everybody. So we've had a couple things happen towards the end of this week. We'll just get right into it first. So we've got a lawsuit regarding a woman who claims that something took place at Chris's house over a year ago.
Right.
The police never arrested anyone because they couldn't find any evidence to support the claims, and now she is trying to specifically sue Chris for $17 million?
Yeah, that's the mark says.
Am I missing anything? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. And then, yes, I am. And then we had, I guess, some back and forth with Mark and so, Paula, do you want to just briefly talk a little bit about that? Because I know it started off with Mark not really giving any information away, and then last night, I believe he put like a twist in it, right? Like a twist as far as what's the motive. So I'll let you go ahead and say a little about that.
Well, we had the video in the podcast crew DMs. We also had the video. What we were going to start with though was what April suggested, and I think it was good suggestion, was this issue of the Emmett Till mindset. And the thing with that is, this is a white woman who was at a party, a party at Chris's house, and she claims that at gunpoint someone forced her to have sex with them and a woman, and another guy and a woman. And when she went to the police, they said it was inconclusive. The rape kit was inconclusive. But I mean, this is this thing of white women, and because we don't always want to make it about race, but it is about race. Accusing black men of rape. Typically, that's accepted without question. So the fact that it was thrown out, I think, brings a lot into question. Okay, what did you think about it when you first heard about it?
I definitely wasn't surprised. I did read the article, which it was disgusting, and it made my stomach turn. And then when I saw the TMZ video with Mark, I kind of had a feeling, that she had something to do with it. And I'm just not surprised. And then the whole nice act that she was trying to do on Instagram, I wasn't buying into that at all. And she's really dirty, man. Like, seriously.
And Dee? Dee?
Well, to me, I know we talk about the Emmett Till syndrome kind of thing, where the fact that TMZ basically posted pictures and it just blurred out her face. She's this white girl with blonde hair. And I'm going to tell you right now, just like Mark said, if they came to Chris's house threatening to get a search warrant and take the monkey away, if there was even a shred of truth to this, they would have went to TMZ would have ran with it like they did with the little other girl with the gun that Chris supposedly pointed to her head, and then asked questions later. So there must have been something there that made the police not believe her, because just reading what was said, what she said happened, it's totally disgusting. But it might not even be true what she said. You know what I mean? And they throw that out there. So I was waiting for Mark to come on board and say what he was going to say. But I'm going to be honest with you, I was thrown for a loop when he spoke yesterday and told us what was really going on. I was completely caught off guard.
Wow. Hey, Nikki?
It was weird because I actually when we decided to have the podcast today instead of our usual date, I was kind of thrown off because it was like, yeah, and to discuss, what's happening with Chris, and my stomach immediately dropped. I'm like, oh God, what is it now? I'm driving down.
Oh, you hadn't heard about it.
What is it now?
Oh,
no,
right.
I hadn't heard about it. And then but I always try to search online to see what's going on. And I'm like, I gotta work. I can't, I gotta find it. I won't be able to focus. Like, what is this nonsense?
Right.
And I couldn't find anything. So I called Paula, and I'm like, what's going on? She's like, oh, well, this was a year ago, and blah, blah. I was like, oh, okay. All right. So I guess I agree somewhat with what Dee's saying, is that I did not read the article firsthand, but generally speaking, the woman has privilege. So if they didn't arrest anyone, if they didn't have suspects, if they did not go through their typical protocol, then there's a reason for that, because they don't hesitate to go through the protocol when it involves, privileged individuals being victims against, minorities. And especially something happening at Chris' house. Again,
right.
With the other young lady and the gun incident, they had the freaking SWAT team, hovering around his house. So if there was even just a shred of evidence they could have manipulated, they would have done so. So I'm not sure why that didn't play out the way she wanted, but if it was true. But I'm also concerned about the extortion piece to me. Like, what are you suing him for 17? Like, why would that cover? How is that going to cover anything? You should be demanding justice first and then doing a suit, if you're telling the truth, and you're going specifically after the entertainer, not after whoever was around him. So that's just right, not after the rapist. So that's just odd. So that's how I feel about that part. But then the piece about the wisdom tooth woman, like, that totally threw me off. Because I was like, what?
That made my tooth hurt.
So was he
Oh, that's a good one, Nikki. Please let us breathe for a minute. Let's catch our breath. Oh, my God. Oh.
Well, I mean,
that was everything right there.
I won't take credit for that, but
But the delivery was smooth. That was the delivery. It wasn't yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah. No, but so just so that I'm clear with it, because the clip that we posted of him, again, talking about her, it was like brief. So just so I'm clear, was he saying that the lawyer representing the quote unquote victim is the mother of the daughter, who's also a lawyer representing Wisdom Tooth? Is that what he was saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that is
they're both known as basically ambulance chasers. I mean, I've never heard of them going to court, honestly. I've never. In all the years. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've heard of Gloria already way back to when Michael Jackson was accused back in 93.
That was in Black China, too. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. We have a new caller who just called in. Hi.
Sure.
It's Jandy.
Hey,
oh, hi, Jandy.
Hey.
Cool.
Okay.
So right, Dee. So my point was, if those two are related, and that's just, to me, that's a conflict of interest. And I know TMZ was talking about how, well, it's right. They were saying how at some point, well, they're bound to run it. No, you wouldn't take that case.
Right.
Because that's a conflict of interest. And I do agree that it was odd to see her all of a sudden being so nice, and because you would want the his mom and her mom and of course we were referring to her as Wisdom Tooth, so as not to give credit to her name. You would want Wisdom Tooth and the other two to get along, because it would be nice for royalty. But it was odd. It was a little too much support. It was odd. So now, even if it was genuine, it doesn't look like it was. because of the fact that her lawyer is the daughter of Gloria. So that is odd.
Tammy, what was your thoughts about it?
Just to piggyback off of what Nikki said, the double team of the attorneys, mother and daughter, Gloria Allred and Lisa Bloom. And I think it was supposed to play out with the rape case, because it just seems, it's ironic how the alleged rape happened a year ago, and nobody ever knew about it. Nobody ever knew that took place, and mostly because I guess once police was called, it was probably just dismissed right away. And not even VTM was able to pick it up. So it really was really garbage. It was no case from then, because nobody's ever reported on it. Nobody has ever heard of it. Nobody knew about it. We never knew about it. That's for sure. I never knew about it. That's for sure. And all of a sudden, just like nobody knew that the wisdom tooth lady was planning to actually go back to court, take Chris back to court. So I think the rape lawsuit was supposed to play out, and like Mark, you said, it was to put pressure on Chris and probably give Lisa Bloom and the wisdom tooth lady, some leverage in court so she can win her more child support. It's like your child is going to be 4 years old this month, and this is what you're doing. Like, you still don't have a job, not unemployed. What? So to me, it's like this is your life, just scheming on how to get money. And then if you really look at it, it's 4 women all trying to, rob Chris for some money some way or the other. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I do believe it's a conflict of interest because, like Nikki said, one of the guys from VTM, they said, they would cross paths because they're both prominent lawyers. Yeah, but cross paths with the same person, I don't think so. Right. Because you both have a person that you're suing in common, and that's Chris. So that's where the conflict of interest, and then you're both mom and daughter, so you can't tell me because you're prominent lawyers you won't be speaking and, unlike if you were just 2 separate attorneys that weren't related, or you can't tell me you won't, you're not transferring notes. Give me a break. You won't help each other's case. You know what I'm saying? Really?
Right. Yeah, it's questionable. Very questionable. Hi, Jandy. What's your take on all this?
Oh, I told y'all, last month or the month before, I told y'all that Hooch was up to something. She was being way too nice to him. So.
You did say that. I forgot about that. I forgot about
she's
that.
being all flirty and being nice. I'm like, she's up to something. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's sad that she just can't, I don't know. I figured that when all that incident happened with that Bailey girl, I was like, watch, wouldn't surprise me if she didn't put her up to doing that. And then they tied the 2 of them together. Chicks like her, they're dangerous. And I don't know what he's going to be able to do about it, but looks to me like they just keep tying her to these schemes to try to ruin him. And to me, it sounds like try to get him locked up in jail so that she can get full custody and get all this money. And I don't know. I just wish they could do something to put an end to that because it's ridiculous.
That was part of the scam, because she had a lot of Team Breezy that was over there supporting her, full, that she turned a new leaf, and she was Team Chris, probably because she knew this alleged rape was about to, come about, and people would, and then if people hear that and they like, well, wow, I can't blame her if, someone's, allegedly getting raped in his house, that she wants to go back and, get child support or custody or whatever. So, and then it would be more believable. Well, she was just, supporting him. She turned a new leaf. And I think that's what she was probably planning to do, because we wasn't supposed to know about her yet. It was Chrissy's attorney, Mark G, that actually blew the fire before she could even get into court. You see what I'm saying? So
she blew it all
so
up.
I think that was the whole game plan.
He blew up her whole spot. He blew up everybody's spot. And now her comments are off. So I think that's the game she was playing, to pretend like, oh, I'm Team Chris. And because even someone sent me something, I don't know what blog it was on, but it was actually about the alleged rape. And Nita was in a comment, FOH.
She had a couple of comments. She said, are we still talking about this shit? It's like, and I'm thinking,
she's really playing it.
Yeah, and then Mark come out, blow all the stuff out the water, and it's like, okay.
Game's up.
Broken. And her
you can stop pretending.
Heartbroken.
Yeah, because I think that's what she was trying to do, like, as far as her fans, because, King Breezy always came at her the hardest, but, she was trying to pretend like she was on his side, and then, when it was her turn to actually go into court, she can use this alleged rape, depending on, the results of it, to help her. Mm-hmm. And then people wouldn't really blame her because of, what happened. Because, she just, a con will always be a con.
It's going to be interesting to see what Joyce and Christine's response to her is going to be, because it was all peace, happiness, and love. Oh, you beautiful. Oh, you beautiful. No, you beautiful, but you're more beautiful. So let's see what happens now. It was, yeah.
Well, I'll say this. Yeah, that did happen, and it was all chummy over there. But she, I didn't know if she thought she was going to win Joyce over to go against her son, because I know she tried it before, and it didn't happen, because Joyce did not show up. So, I mean, people, I don't think Joyce is fooled, not at all. Not at all. Like, I think Joyce's main concern was royalty and to be around her grandchild. That's it. And she's not a fool, because we know Chris is, where they come from, and, we know where the Wisdom Tooth Lady come from. And, they have street smart, so, when you think you're fooling somebody, you're really not. And not so much, especially not someone who's educated, and he just blew up your spot. So when are you going to stop?
Mark blew up the spot. I know that caught everybody by surprise. It sure caught me by surprise by Mark saying that Lisa Bloom is representing her. But the thing about it is, Lo is Wisdom Tooth's good friend for years back from Texas. So by her running her mouth and doing all that yik-yak to Lisa Bloom, that's how probably like you said, Tim, that's probably how the whole thing came back to, to be a story again. Because Lo got to pay for all those attorney fees and have his reputation dragged through the mud, but nobody even knew about it before. And that's supposed to be like a brother to her. So she alienated herself from some friends, but she also got exposed. And Mark, he playing chess. I don't know what board he's on, but I'm loving it.
That one I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting that. Who does that? 3 years? 3 years, that's a long time to be still hell-bent on trying to get money that someone doesn't want to give you and don't have to.
And doesn't owe you.
Yeah, and you never had a relationship with this person. I could see if you was in a relationship and you're heartbroken or whatever it is you felt you didn't get out of the relationship and you're just being vindictive, but that's not even the case with her. So what is your problem?
She's lucky that he's not in a situation where he's in love with someone else and he's getting married, because you know what I'm saying? Because having that look of stability, he could pull a Luda, you know, and get full custody completely. So she needs to stop that. Well, actually, no, keep doing it.
No.
Keep doing it.
And that's what's going to wind up happening. You know, that's exactly what's going to wind up happening, because, you know, it's disturbing, actually. And I know, I've never seen it. Like, with all of the celebrities, there's always, you know, they had a relationship, they had kids or something, and they're fighting and battling it out. But that's not the case with her. With you was just like a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, and you just lucked up with having a child that happens to be a child of a celebrity, you know, a celebrity's child. But then you go at it like, you know, he owes you something. Like, how?
Mm-hmm.
And if you would have been, you would have been, she would have gotten much more if she would have just been, you know, cool.
Right.
Like, you know, you went about it like you're going to take, he owes you and you're going to get what you know. She's not playing with a full deck.
No, she's not. No, lights are on and nobody's home. So, you know, she what I don't understand, though, is like the nice, you know, things that she was doing, you know, the scam, I suppose, is unfortunate, because that's what you want to see. You know, you want to see positive co-parenting. So it's
right.
that was a game, but that's what you would have wanted to see from the beginning, because, you know, then eventually maybe you would have seen a family photo with him, and, you know, like you get to that point. But if you're scheming, it'll never get to that point.
Exactly.
You know,
and you're absolutely correct,
because you have to protect everything. Yeah.
And you're absolutely correct, because the first time she was meeting with him, because remember when we saw the Wisdom Tooth lady roll up with royalty when Chris was on tour?
Right.
And they got out of the limousine.
Came in the limousine, the whole nine.
Right. And she just went, I don't know, like somebody was in her ear. I don't know what happened, but everything went left.
No, what anybody thinks about this? I'm curious about this lawsuit. If something happens to somebody, I don't know if you're negligent and you didn't fix the stairs, somebody fell, you can sue them because they were negligent. But if something happens to you in somebody's house, how are you suing the person who owns the house? That I don't get.
For homeowners insurance.
I think in some states under civil tort, like, I guess like you're liable, just like if you're at their house and, you know, their railing on their stairs is bad and they didn't get it fixed and you fall and you break your leg, then they're liable, or things like that. But it might fall under that civil tort. That might be what she's trying to do, but I think every state has different codes on that.
Yeah, I
don't think that'll work in California, because Bill Cosby did all that stuff at the Playboy Mansion, and Playboy Mansion didn't get sued.
I mean, if something happens to someone in the hospital, you'll want to sue the hospital, you'll sue the doctors, but then it'll probably be the doctors that actually get sued, not the hospital. So, you know,
maybe Jill's trying to bump up her chances. Plus, if she put Chris's name in it, I mean, Chris has more money than any of those other people, so that's probably what she was going for, too, trying to get, maybe she was thinking if she did that, Chris would pay her off not to or something, I don't know.
But even so, like if I don't fix a rail or I don't have a tree removed that's rotting, those you can foresee what the consequences are. You can't
Right.
foresee having people and someone whipping out artillery and you know, and holding somebody down and forcing
Right.
sexual acts. That's not something you can foresee. So it would be hard to try to hold someone negligent for that. You know,
Exactly.
if I mop the floor and I don't put a wet side on it, wet floor sign, and somebody falls, well, look, you dummy. You know, like you can foresee those consequences, but you can't foresee, you know, someone, you know, doing what she claims happened. So now, but there is a fear though for me that they might try to, you know, reach to infinity and beyond and make it work in her favor. And that would just be so wrong. So I feel like this would be a great opportunity for him to sue people because like I think I'm tired. I'm so tired. So,
Totally agree.
yeah.
Well, and I wondered too when she tossed that whole little thing in there about, oh, they were providing cocaine and alcohol. What all else was it she said or whatever? So I'm like, okay, did she put that in there trying to make Chris look bad too, or was she trying to say like, because maybe like, okay, his house, his party, he supplied that, which caused diminished capacity, which you see what I'm saying? Trying to make him liable, like your house, you're responsible for who you invite over. But and I don't know. I'm just thinking.
No,
I guess
I know what
outside.
you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah, no.
And trying, and again, you know, every state is different. Yeah, and you can't control. I mean, you can have the best setup, you know, plan in place, and because it's a human being, you can't control what they're going to do or how they're going to act. And you can know somebody for 70 years and invite them over and them do something that they've never done in their life. You can't control that. You can't predict it, you know, whatever. But I think she was just trying to put everything in there that she could come up with, probably to maybe try and up her odds of you know, maybe getting him to pay her off or winning in court.
Yeah, but most people do. You do want to name everybody, so that's not unusual.
There's no criminal charges. So
yeah, but this is a civil case.
Yeah,
so
I mean, they're not. They're not doing that.
It's not criminal. Yes,
it's civil.
Just saying, is there a monetary discomfort that she incurred, and can they put a price tag on what she experienced? So there is no rape. It's just what she went through. Does she get compensation for her ordeal? So I don't know.
Yeah, but the thing is, that would all lean on law. Because you have the guy who actually did it to you.
Well, I know, yeah. If he did it, yeah. But she wasn't able to get charges against him.
They didn't even arrest him.
They didn't even sue him,
but they didn't even arrest him to bring him down for discussion. Remember, Trey Songz got arrested. Remember, for supposedly choking that girl and stuff, right? Lowe didn't even get arrested. He didn't even get brought down. And
but that's different. That's like criminal, and it really like just like I hate to say it, the juice. He wasn't convicted. He was let go, but they still got him in a civil case, right?
But that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
But he was still charged with a crime, though. He was still charged with murder, and he was arrested for murder.
Oh.
O.J. Simpson got arrested.
Oh, and he was acquitted, though.
And then they went.
But he was arrested and tried. That's different.
It's hard to get a criminal case. If you don't have a criminal case, it's hard to win on a civil case, especially on a rape, especially with a rape kit, especially with all the stuff that supposedly happened. And he didn't get arrested then and there when Trey Songz got arrested.
Right.
So,
but here's the other thing. I just have to ask this because I didn't realize until listening to you guys that the culprit was Lowe, or allegedly Lowe. He had money, so why not sue him? Because
that's what I'm saying.
She's suing him. She's suing Chris. She's suing Lowe, and she's suing the girl who forced to perform oral sex. So she's suing 3 people.
Okay. Yeah, but the 2 people who she claims actually did it are there. You see what I'm saying? So why Chris? You understand? All of them could be found liable. I don't know.
Mark already said the reason she's suing Chris is so that Gloria Allred and Lisa Bloom can get notoriety off of this case and using this girl to do that. That's what Mark said. He said this is just an opportunity for them to taint Chris, get some fame off of it because they're trying to get money on the child support.
Right. I don't think
she made a mistake getting mixed up with them. She made a mistake because even if Neil was not directly duplicitous, I'm going to give her a little credit of doubt. Benefit of doubt because Lisa Bloom and Neil Guzman will actually use clients for their own gain, even if they didn't really have that intention. They would use them, and they'll get blamed or looked at sideways when really it's the 2 of them. And the way that they practice law, I mean, they do lots of underhanded things like that. In the Michael Jackson case, we had several people that were supposedly abused by Michael, but when it's time to go to court, they're nowhere to be found. The police didn't find them credible. Same with Bill Cosby. Gloria had 4 women who were supposed to be, who have been abused by him. But when it was time for court, she had no clients who were credible. None. Out of all those women that they had in court, none of her clients. Isn't that right, Dee? None of them got in?
Yeah, so here's what happened with Gloria Allred. She had 4 women who came forward and said that they were raped and drugged by Bill Cosby, along with the other cases that were going on. None of her 4 clients were part of the 48 or 52 women that testified against Bill Cosby. But what happened is, since she couldn't have her clients there to testify, she was going to the court hearings every day and was being so loud and annoying that she got warned twice by the judge to stop trying to make a spectacle of herself. She had no clients there. She just wanted to be part of the process. And finally, they kicked her out of the courtroom for being obnoxious, trying to draw attention to herself during the Bill Cosby trial, the one that he was acquitted of. And that was on the news.
And also, doesn't Chris have cameras or video cameras in his house? Wasn't that a big deal, a part of the other case? Video surveillance in his house? With the girl that said he had a gun or pointing a gun at her. Wasn't they checking video surveillance anytime?
Possibly. I'm not sure what you're asking.
Like the evidence would be there if he had cameras in the rooms and.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So if he does, then I don't think this case is going anywhere.
That they weren't going to put up with this stuff anymore. When Mark gave his first interview with him, he said that they were not going to put up with any more false allegations and they're going to pursue anyone who comes after Chris. So that was good to hear.
They should.
Because we haven't heard that before.
And they should. They need to start with them.
Yes,
because that's how you stop it. So, is there before we move on, is there anyone else who thought about something else they wanted to add to that? No? Okay. All right. Well, moving right along, we've also got some, I believe, were there some negative headlines?
Well, this issue and of people retweeting and reposting negative articles. We've talked about this before. I know the intention. Yeah, I know the intention. It's like, oh, look at what they're trying to do to him. Let's spur us on to inspire us to do better or do things for him or whatever. I get that. But the problem is you're also helping them advertise. And like I saw that the survey reposted and the actual article is there. You can see the source of it. And same with on Instagram, I saw one where they were saying where they said that actually it was a fake headline, but it said that Chris actually raped somebody, which of course it's not even, they didn't even accuse him. So I mean, you're reposting these things. I would never have seen it if they hadn't reposted. Now, it's one thing, okay, fans are going to see it, but also people who hate him are going to see it. And like with that petition thing, yeah, you're spurring people on, the fans on, but also, okay, let's say they have 49,000 signatures, which is really nothing in the scheme of things. But you see some people who are against him, that can add it to another 20,000. You never know with advertising. I just really think if we could just make some effort to not repost, retweet, those articles. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Too. And I know, we know that every time, they don't care what the topic is. They want views. They want people to click on the story. And if we retweet stuff and people are going to click on it because they're mad about it, you know what? You just clicked on it. You just gave them a hit.
Right.
And you just can't, we shouldn't promote stuff like that. I mean, we know stuff is out there, but when we're retweeting it on our timelines and doing all that stuff, we're actually making people go look at it to see how bad was it? What did they say? Well, you know what? There's another click. So
I just felt like that needed to be said, and people just keep in mind when you see these things, not to, even if you want to talk about them, that's one thing, but to retweet them and actually show the source, that's just too much. It's really
so that
too
other
much.
people can go and look and review, and it's yeah.
I know. What do y'all think about that, though? What do y'all think about that?
Well, I don't. I'm fortunate enough to where I don't catch a lot of that on my timeline, so I don't know if it's because I'm not following a lot or no, if it's because I'm following too many people, and so I'm not seeing that, or if it's, why is there feedback? Oh, or if it's a matter of the people that I follow aren't retweeting that type of stuff. I don't know what it is, but I'm not getting that on my timeline. I might get people responding to someone else responding about that, but no one's retweeting actual blogs talking about that on my timeline. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
So I don't have to see that. So that means that my followers aren't, contributing to that. But I do know the younger, the celebrities, their stands get younger and younger and younger.
Right.
And so that's a whole different, ball of wax, because we've all been there. We've all seen that, and that's just something that the younger ones have to grow out of.
Yeah.
Because they're retweeting it and they want to talk about it and they want an outlet, but they don't realize they're drawing attention to it and they need to ignore it or talk about it in DMs. Don't keep that going. So
let's hope.
So I definitely agree that it's not something that should be reposted or find something to counter it. Find some positive stuff to post.
Right. Yeah. Well, I just felt like it needed saying, so I'm
Mm-hmm. Sure. Anybody else want to add anything to that?
Okay.
Okay. Well, then in that case, we have streaming. Which
Tam, you want to tell us the status of some things? What's going on
with the streams? Stream Queen.
We need to stream more. That's what's going on. We're not streaming.
Give us some positive news, though. Give us some positive news, so because I know that a lot of these songs are doing well too.
Well, what songs are you? Which song? What song?
Well, I know Freaky Friday just went. I know it's double platinum in the U.S. and I think it went gold in, or maybe platinum in Australia. Not sure.
Yeah, I did see that it went platinum in Australia. Yeah, Freaky Friday is doing well. But when I say stream, I mean like, you know, stream Heartbreak on a Full Moon. You know, or what they have said to be his next single, which is Hope You Do. Like, you know, because now that they've changed, you know, how they changed the streams, like streaming sources like Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, etc., would have priority over YouTube and all of the free ad-based streaming sources. So we have to stream more, you know, because now, you know, we used to get like the videos used to give the songs a boost, you know, and it was able to help some songs actually chart. They're gonna be secondary. Like whatever streams are coming from the paid streaming sources, those will be honored. So, you know, like YouTube can go to 100. Like let's just look at Freaky Friday. How many YouTube views does, because it's a video for one, so how many YouTube views does Freaky Friday have? It has, it's over, 219 now? 219
yeah, it's like
million?
220 at last time I looked, yeah.
Okay, so 220 million. And then you look at the Spotify streams, it's like 130 something. But that's just on Spotify too. So I don't know what it is on Apple and Tidal because they don't actually show the total amount of streams. I guess now they're only going to, you know, add those, you know, streams that are coming from paid accounts or subscriptions that, you know, are paid, or probably the 30-day free trial ones will be considered because it is a 30-day free trial. So, but other than that, I don't think they're going to honor it. So a lot of things are going to change.
Well, I think at least the way I understood it, it wasn't that they weren't going to honor it, but it counts less. Like, I think I can't remember the exact amount. I don't want to give a false number, but let's say it's 2,500 counts for a sale on the paid app, then on the free app, it might take 3,500. So we are going to have to do more if you have a free service. But a lot of us do have the paid service. And remember, some people did Apple Music.
I don't.
You know, when they had the sale. So we do have people who have paid services. I do, and so you know, we just make sure we use our paid services. You know, a little more than we were before. I don't know.
Yeah, because it would definitely count more. So
I don't know the exact number, but it will take more to count for a sale than it did before. That's the main thing. For the free services, it will take more streams to count as a sale, whatever that number is. So yeah, that's what's happening with that. But what kind of chart? You know, I don't know how many songs we have, but what kind of charts are we looking at right now?
Well, Freaky Friday is, I think it's going to go to number 14 on the Billboard, or number 15. I think 15 on the Billboard, or 14 or 15. That's just a prediction. I don't know what's going to go until Tuesday. That's what they're predicting. Urban Radio, it's like, I think it's pretty high on Urban Radio. It's like number 8. So it's doing good on Urban Radio and Rhythmic as well. And it's still pretty high on the Billboard charts as well. So it's still like in the top 20. Well, this week it'll still be in the top 20.
Well, that's exciting. That's great. Okay.
So I was just like wondering, like, you know, for the new singles that are coming out, because I think the changes are going to start in June, right? June 29th or something like that?
I'm not sure the exact date. I didn't hear it.
I'll
So
take
it's
your
just-
word for it, Tammy.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So I was just, thinking like, with the new changes and boy, we got cut out for us.
Yeah.
Because, and only because
streaming.
only because I feel, only new people mostly would probably that haven't heard the song would most likely buy it if they heard it and liked it. Because we already have the album, we already have the songs. Most of by now, that's where the streaming is going to be really important. And now that it's going to take more on free-based streaming sources, going in overdrive on that. So, that's another thing I wanted to ask. Does anybody know how to do, like, I seen one of those videos dropped by, I forgot his name, the rapper, and he was holding a gun in the video. But when it was on Twitter, and it was like the actual whole video playing. And I was just looking at it like, I wonder how they did that. Where, it's going down a timeline, but the entire video is just playing. Like, you don't even have to press play or anything. Like, if we tweet out a video from YouTube, you'll still have to press play. And then it'll go into a new, tab, and then you'll watch the video. But this one, the whole video was playing. So, and he got a lot of streams on that because it was able to, people were able to tweet it and retweet it, and they can see the video just playing, and you just watching it, So I think that was very interesting, and it's also a good way to get a lot of views real quick.
Maybe it's a new form of marketing. Maybe I'll let Chris know.
Yeah, that'd be great. Like when he drops his videos, if he does something like that, because you don't even have to click on it. Like as soon as it's coming down your timeline, because that's how I saw it. I would have never watched that video, but it was really a pretty good video. It's really wow. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I know which video I'm talking about. No. And he was dancing real crazy in the video, and he was pointing the gun.
Oh, this is America. This is America.
Yeah, that's it.
Gambino.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see how his video was playing on the tweet?
I never saw that, no.
No? Oh, wow.
I never saw that.
I have to find that tweet again. I'm going to figure out, how that was done.
He got 25 million views in one day because he had it on auto. Because that song's going to be number one on Billboard.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he has, I think, over 80 or 90,000 streams now. But I was just wondering because I know the same thing pretty much was a success for Freaky Friday, because everybody on Facebook, everywhere was just retweeting that video. So I'm just, thinking if Chris can do something like that, what he did with This Is America, with his videos, maybe, we can pile up a lot of views in one day, and since we're going to need a lot of views for them to count,
But that doesn't go into effect until June 29th. The new streaming tally.
Yeah, we don't know when he's dropping the video. We don't know when he's dropping the video, though.
Right, yeah.
Well, we got to maximize it while it's still at the old tally then.
Yeah.
They'll probably be soon, because it looks like, 3 videos are coming, supposedly?
That's what Austin Bogart said. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. I like the one where he's walking, it looks like in a tunnel or something.
It does look really cool. Somebody was suggesting that might be yellow tape.
I don't know what it is, but I just want to see what that's all about. Because it looks like it was water on the floor, right?
Yeah, they always wet the floors. Or wet the streets.
That looks really cool.
Nice. Slick look, yeah.
What song do you think he's doing videos for?
Oh yeah, let's ask everybody. What do y'all get? What are you guessing? Shay, what are you guessing?
I definitely, I think Yellow Tape, yeah. Or maybe Pull Up.
Maybe what?
Pull Up.
Oh, Pull Up. Oh, right. I always forget about Pull Up, and I love that song.
He's got like 40 songs.
I know. Shandy, what do you think?
Yeah, I saw where somebody had said maybe one of those was Pull Up. I don't know unless he's just doing the videos from, the songs that he released before the album dropped. So maybe Confidence, maybe. Might be. I don't know. Because he did one for Privacy, Pills and Automobiles. He did the one for Tempo. What else dropped before the album dropped? He's got the one for Hope You Do. He's just not released it yet. Grass Ain't Greener, that ended up getting added to the album. I don't know. I wonder. I don't know. We'll see. But I wonder if that's what he's doing. Is the song re-released?
And I when you mentioned Confidence, I actually did a little video with the girl who had the fame-inspired mortarboard for graduation from University of North Texas.
I saw that.
Yeah.
It
actually had music on it. When I did it, I had Confidence playing. When I posted it, it was gone. And I don't know why. So I'm wondering whether maybe it was, I don't know. They pulled it, I don't know. But I did have music on it. And I'm wondering whether maybe they're using that and they don't want anybody else using them. Like, I don't know. But I thought that was really weird that it was gone. I'm like, okay. And what'd you think? What'd you guess? I guess the Tammy's still there? Okay. Maybe not.
I'm still here. I'm sorry. I'm still here. I don't know. I don't have a clue what he's doing, but I'm hoping for a video for Hope You Do, Heartbreak on a Full Moon.
Yes.
Of course, Nowhere. Of course, Nowhere. That's my favorite song. And if he does a video for Nowhere, I'm going to have several of my personal home videos dancing to that song, and I'm going to get my nephews and nieces to do it too. So, Nowhere, and what other song? Well, I don't know. Somebody said he's doing three or, and Yellow Tape too. There's other songs, but I know he's not going to do 100 videos right now, so I hope if he's doing more than, one video, that it's those 4 songs.
I don't know. It's been fun guessing. It's been all week. Look at those pictures. The pictures are beautiful. I wish they went all in black and white. Yeah.
I wish he would tell us so we could start streaming.
He has a thing. I know it would really help. I'm gonna put that. I'm trying to make a soundbite of that because it would really help if we could do that in advance. But they have this thing. They've always had this with wanting to surprise the fans. I'm like, I actually don't like surprises, so I don't understand people's need to surprise people. I don't get it.
The album's out, bro. Just let us know so we can get prepared and start streaming the right songs.
But they even did it with over the years with appearances on TV shows. Yeah, I remember on TV shows. I'm like, we're not going to watch that show if we don't know in advance that he's going to be there. So that's not a good surprise. Yeah. That's not smooth. But I don't know. They love surprises. But it would be good if we knew in advance so that we could start the streaming in advance to boost the numbers. But
right,
I don't know.
And make playlists and all of that. It would be great. If some of us just knew it.
You have to tell them. You have to tell them, Paula. You have to have a soundbite that says, "Help me, help you," like in Jerry Maguire. So that's basically what you're saying, right? Help me, help you.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because the surprise was you're making a video. Okay, we're surprised.
Right.
We know. Okay. Just let us know what the songs are so we can know what we're doing over here. You know, what we should be requesting and streaming.
Right.
I think that was all of our topics. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining in. It was. Per usual, it was good to talk to you guys. And then, so we won't chat with anyone this Monday, but we'll catch everyone next Monday, right? We're still going to have our usual time, Paula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usual time.
So we'll catch everybody next Monday. I hope you guys all enjoy your weekend. For the moms out there, happy Mother's Day. I'm getting ready to see Avengers with my parents. So that's what I'm doing for Mother's Day. But you guys all enjoy your Mother's Day, and we'll all chat in a week or so. All right?
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on this episode, and we hope you'll join us again at the Vanguard.